I've not done this since I was a kid. Sounds like Kyle just, ow, got home. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda. I am a small reseller. I currently sell on eBay, Niknax, as well as on Whatnot. Every Saturday at 2 p.m. I go live on Whatnot for a vintage live sale, so definitely check out the description of the video where there will be links for that. There's also a link in there if you're a new buyer on Whatnot. You can go through that link and you can get 15% off your first purchase. You don't have to spend that with me. You can spend that anywhere on Whatnot with any seller, so feel free to take advantage of that. Link, again, is in the description. Secondly, there's also a promo code in the description for my Niknax shop. For new buyers, I believe, it's a $5 off your first purchase, so feel free to take advantage of that. And again, that is listed in the description. So speaking of my Niknax store, okay. I was recently approved to go live on Niknax and do live sales. And I've spent the last few days, especially since we had, the basement flood recently, and, it just added a lot of extra work on top of what I was already doing. So I'm playing catch up. And I think I'm finally kind of nailing some stuff down. I don't know why I had this thought last night, because I've been talking about doing jewelry jars, maybe, in my last video, where I was kind of looking at them in a couple of thrift stores as an option for like, oh, I'll buy a jewelry jar and I'll just dump it out, and, everything starts at $1 or $2, and hey, there we go, right? And that'll be my first live Niknax sale. And I was sitting there last night thinking about it, and I'm like, why do I need to buy a jewelry jar when I have enough jewelry here to fill 5, 6, 10 of those jars? I don't know. So I decided last night that I would go ahead and schedule my very first Niknax live sale to be on this coming Tuesday at 2 p.m. I will have a link in the description of the video for you for that as well. But I decided we are going to basically just do a jewelry jar. And I went sifting through like some of my jars, like the jars you'll see in the thrift stores, such as this, and I was like, oh yeah, I could fill that up, no problem. And I quickly realized how little this holds. So I moved this up a bit to this giant, I'm not sure what you'd actually call them, a fishbowl. I feel like this is an Empoli piece. I'm not positive on that, but I think it was an Empoli piece. Anywho, I was thinking, well, I'm going to fill up this fishbowl, is what I'm going to call it for now, with a bunch of jewelry. And so last night I went through and I picked out a bunch of stuff. Now, all the jewelry I have gone through to some degree, but I'm going to start, I probably should have started in the very beginning with this. I am not a jewelry expert. I have extremely limited knowledge, very, very basic knowledge. I enjoy jewelry. I enjoy picking up jewelry. I think jewelry pieces are pretty. I do enjoy it. I hate listing it. Again, I've talked about this in a video before. It really has more to do with just me being ignorant and not knowing a whole lot about it. And there's so many of you out there that you guys, you're on it, right? So that's why I kind of thought maybe the easiest way for me to sell a bulk of the jewelry, because I have a bulk of jewelry, is to do it like this, just during a live sale. And so I'm just going to put all these things in. Oh, that's what I was telling you. So a lot of it is in a bag, and I think I'm going to leave things in bags just so that they don't clink against each other so much. And because some of them, like this one here, has Monet pieces in it. And so necklaces aren't getting tangled. We're not spending the entire live sale untangling things, I guess is my point. Okay, so I'm going to just leave them in their bags, but I'm just going to put it all in there and then, you know, we'll just reach in and pull it out. And if there's interest in it, we'll run it. You know what? I'll run it regardless. I don't know how it's going to go. I'm really nervous about it. I don't know how it's going to go. But I've got all kinds of stuff. I've got bangles. I've got spoon rings. I've got little elephants, shoe clips. There's contemporary and vintage. There's some name brand or designer. There's some unmarked pieces there that I wouldn't be surprised if they weren't designer. You know, there's a lot of vintage like made in Japan or Korea pieces and things like that. Oh, my footages. Oh. There's some hat pins in there. There's brooches. A little bit of stuff. A little bit of it all. So anyways, I had picked up, this is everything that was just in that box. And now I'm almost full already. And I was thinking, oh, I've got more to do. But maybe I'll add a little more to, I don't know. Maybe I'll add a little more to it. A few more things. And then we'll save the rest. Because this isn't even it. It's not even it. I got a whole other bag. And then this isn't even it. Then I have more stuff downstairs. So, you know, like, I guess. Good thing I got all those old jewelry boxes. So if you buy any jewelry from me and it shows up in some old jewelry box, well, that's because I had several to use. So, anyway, that's what I'm thinking, guys. I'm gonna fill it with jewelry and sell it. And I think that's what we'll do. I'll just reach in here and I'll mix this up again so that you guys can't get sneaky and like pause the thing and stuff. But I'll just reach in and grab something and we'll run it. We'll just take a little photo right then and there. Bada bing, bada boom. There we go. Tuesday at 2 p.m. we will do a jewelry live sale. And the best part is, I really don't know much about any of these pieces. So, you know, come hang out with me. You're likely to get a good deal. But truth be told, guys, I have so much of it. It's going to take me a long time, a really long time to sit and go through each individual piece of this. And I just think it would be more fun, honestly, for all of us. And, okay, here's the part I've debated whether to tell you guys or not. There is a motivational aspect to this, too. So what I was thinking was, like, as I pull stuff up, if you guys know what it is, you'd be able to tell, because I'm going to have to put a description in the list and, you know, at least something. And, you know, I just think it'd be a good learning experience for me and other people hanging out in the chat or buying or whatever. And I don't know. I guess I'm rambling again. And I suppose the point is I just think it would be fun to do. At my first Niknax live sale, coming to you Tuesday the 7th at 2 p.m. Check the description. Now, I don't want to sit and go through all these and show them to you, obviously, because I want it to be fun. I want it to be a surprise. I want to be like, oh my gosh, what are we pulling out of here? Because while I've seen all these pieces and sorted them and all that stuff, I don't know what I'll be pulling out. Like I said, I don't know. So anyways, guys, that is the plan. So I need to run to the post office, drop off a package, and then I need to run to Tractor Supply, and then I was thinking maybe we would swing by the thrift store because it's nice out today. I haven't been out of the house in a few days, it feels like, and I feel very trapped in here. So, let's get the hell out of the house for a little bit, huh? Let's go. Let me put my shoes on. I gotta get the dog hair off my feet first. Hold on. Okay, y'all. We are back at the Goodwill and I had to run up to Tractor Supply to go get that diatomaceous earth. I wound up buying a lawnmower also. I'll show that to you guys later because we have to go pick it up after Kyle gets home. So yay, we've needed one. But anyways, let's run in here to Goodwill and see what we can find. The first thing I found was this really cool art glass vase, Submerso style. I don't know that this is Murano. It is definitely in the style of Murano, but I thought it was really pretty, really cool. They had $3.99 on it, so it went in the cart. I like the Submerso. Look at that. And then I noticed this kind of casserole style dish. It was sort of country style, but it looked like it had a little age on it. I'm not 100% sure what that pottery was on the back of it though. Wouldn't it be so fun if I could find those plates again? Now this little ceramic bowl down here with this like shattered glass crystal sort of bottom to it, it is hand done, it's signed. I'm surprised nobody's picked it up. It is kind of heavy though. Hey, here's another one of those bowls. This is another one of those Mexican folk art terracotta hand painted bowls like the ones I picked up the other day. Really cute. They had $2.99 on it, so of course I got it. What are those? Pure one. Oh look, you got some of your Japan colonial people. Hey, another bear. Must have been a candle holder. Namaji pottery. That's cool pottery. We'll talk about that later. For $3.99. Looks to be intact. This is kind of neat. $5.99. I like that hand mudra. It feels like a sandy cast. Now this is a hand-painted, made in Japan, porcelain piece. It has a couple houses there, the lake scene as we commonly see, but I have lots of that stuff, and so I went ahead and left it for someone else. I think they're teeny tiny creamers. It'd be my best guess. Yeah, there's 3 of them there too. So I bet you they're like individual creamers. So each person could have one. What is that? Oh my gosh. No. Yeah. Just nosing around. All right, guys, we are back from our trip out today, and I'm going to go over our little bit of Goodwill haul with you. Kyle's on his way home so that we can get that cabinet out of my car and go pick up the lawnmower we purchased. So I'm going to go over these with you guys real quick, and yeah, we'll see what all we got. I'm going to start with this one here. Now, his sticker I already took off. I believe I got him for $3.99, $3 or $4.99, and he is Submerso, right? And I don't know that this is Murano, to be honest with you. This very well could be a made in China piece. Easily could. You can tell it does have a ground and smooth pontil on the bottom. The edges of it are faceted, but it does have right here this one tiny little like ding chip flea bite on the end, which, you know, I'm okay with. Anyways, it's like a sea green, teal sea green sort of color, and I just loved it. I thought it was really pretty. You know, worth the pickup. It is heavy. If I had to guess, we're probably looking a pound and a half, somewhere in between there. Then I had come across, first I came across just this one little pottery jar. And you can tell by, let me turn off this light. Maybe you can see it a little better. You can tell by this like kind of ribbing here that this is a hand-formed, hand-turned, you know, like on a wheel sort of piece of pottery, right? So then the top of it's glazed with this cool drip glaze. Now, I wasn't going to get it when it was by itself. I think this one might have been $1.99. I just took the sticker off of it, guys, and I forgot to plug my microphone in, so I had to start over. So I apologize. But the other two were 99 cents, so he may well have been 99 cents also. They're unmarked. They're bisque, but they're kind of like this sandy, gritty kind of material. But I love the drip glaze on them. And so, like I said, I wasn't going to get just dude by himself, but he had friends. And there's this guy's 99 cents also. So it's like large, medium, small size. And I don't think these are terribly old at all. I just am a sucker for freaking drip glaze. Anywho, let's see how talented I am if I can make this work. Maybe. All right, so you wind up with the three of them. And I'll probably just sell them like that, guys. And I would think that, you know, somewhere between maybe $20, $30, give or take. I'm not positive on that. I, of course, haven't looked up comps. They're not signed. I don't think they're old. I think they are more contemporary, but I do think they're cool. The inside of them's bisque also, but you could use them as trinket jars. You could, you know, put your air plants, your succulents, and that kind of stuff. They're cool. I like them. Another piece of pottery that I picked up, I knew it when I saw it. I knew when I picked it up, it was going to say this on the bottom. And this was $3.99 or $4.99. Again, I apologize. I started the video, realized my microphone was unhooked, and, you know, here we are. So, anyways, this is not a drip glaze, okay? This is within the ceramic itself, all this coloring here. The interior of it is glazed, which is cool, but beautiful. I love the colors in it. It is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I have not looked up comps on Namaji pottery in a while. Some of it can sell really well, and some of it is, you know, kind of average price, anywhere between $12, $20, somewhere in there. It just depends on what the piece is, how it looks, the condition it's in, all those kinds of things. Okay, guys, so I went ahead and I pulled a little bit of info on Namaji pottery, and I wanted to share it with you guys because it tends to be a lot of confusion on whether or not this is Native American pottery. And that was sort of done by design, I'll be honest with you. And I'm going to explain that in what I'm going to read to you. But it's going to tell you about, you know, how it was made, who created it, the whole thing. It's really beautiful pottery. And so I just thought it would behoove us all to do a little learning. So I'm going to read you this little bit here. Namaji pottery originated in the Arrowhead region of Minnesota and is touted to be Native American pottery, but there's nothing Native American about it. In fact, some antique dealers sell this pottery under the belief that it is Native American. Namaji pottery is unglazed, rustic pottery with colorful, swirled designs on the outside. No two pieces look alike. They all have unique colors and come in a variety of forms. Reminiscent of ancient Indian pottery, it's not surprising the colorful swirl pots became one of America's hottest tourist collectibles. Clayton James Dodge, certainly not a Native American gentleman, founded the Namaji Tile and Pottery Company in Mouse Lake, Minnesota in 1923 to make arts and crafts ceramic tiles. He shipped its trademark Fire Flash earthenware tile made from regional clays by railroad to destinations across the country. During its peak years, the demand was so strong, a crew of 30 men worked 3 shifts to produce the colorful tile for homes and churches. But the stock market crash of '29 put an end to sales. Determined to ride out the Great Depression, Dodge developed an inexpensive tourist pottery that could be mass-produced and shipped from his Moose Lake factory. But to create it, he needed to find a master ceramist. That person was Eric Hellman, a Danish immigrant who had earned a bachelor's degree in ceramic engineering at the Technical Engineering Institute in Copenhagen. Hellman had previously worked at porcelain houses in Copenhagen and Meissen, Germany. But by the time he met Dodge, he had given up throwing pots for the fear that the clay dust would destroy his lungs. However, the promise of steady work and a paycheck changed that. Within the year, Hellman developed a line of hand-thrown pottery for Dodge, using the colorful clays taken from the banks of the Namaji River, northeast of Moose Lake. He created molds from these original pieces and then taught unskilled laborers to recreate them by the slip cast method. Hellman also introduced a cold striped painting process, which gave Namaji pottery its distinctive look, as no two pots look alike. To apply the paints, workers filled a galvanized wash tub with water and a dash of vinegar. They then gently floated onto the water small droplets of oil-based enamel paint. By blowing gently across the paint, the workers caused the droplets to merge, creating colorful bands of paint. Blowing down into the middle of these floating bands created a circle of clear water into which a pot was lowered by hand. When the blowing stopped, the paint returned to the center of the tub. The worker then lifted the pot out with a twisting motion, creating a swirl design. Namaji pottery, created between 1929 and 1972, was made with red to buff colored clays found near Moose Lake. Workers treated the interiors of these early pots with a quick swish of shellac recycled from pot to pot, creating a beautiful patina. Once Hellman had created this unique pottery, he left the company. That's when Dodge began promoting the pottery in earnest. He realized he had a good product, but needed a hook to grab a share of the tourist market. For that, Dodge sought to tie his pottery to Minnesota's Indian country. A practicing attorney, Dodge used his knowledge of the law and talents at creative writing to carefully create a legend describing the geology of Minnesota's Arrowhead region, its first primitive ancestors, and the remnants of ancient Native American pottery discovered there. While he never said Indians made Namaji, Dodge drew a dotted line between the, and I will not say this correctly, and I am very sorry, Ojibwa tribe and his pottery. And shopkeepers and tourists connected the dots. The legend Dodge created went something like this. The name Namaji is the Ojibwe word for left-handed. Namaji pottery is made by skilled craftsmen whose deft hands throw pieces of clay on potter's wheels, just as the Chinese, centuries ago, turned their pottery, which is today priceless. These craftsmen are trained under a skilled ceramist whose life has been spent in the production of pottery of an artistic type. Namaji pottery expresses the soul of the red man, who, though long since gone to the happy hunting ground, still haunts our shores and woods. Dodge had his legend printed on a pad of paper and sent with his pottery to trading posts and tourist shops, including the famed Wall Drug Store in South Dakota. When a pot sold, the shopkeeper tore a printed legend from the pad and gave it to the customer. Eager to purchase a small token of their trips to Indian country and the Wild West, many tourists didn't hesitate to exchange their nickels and quarters for a piece of Namaji Indian pottery with documentation of its noble history. Since Namaji sounded like a Native American tribal name, most people thought it was a genuine Native American pottery. Dodge was clever enough to say his pottery was inspired by Native American designs, and the tourist loved it. Dodge created a rubber stamp to mark each pot. One of the earliest stamp marks features the image of a Native American arrowhead encircled by the words Namaji Pottery, Moose Lake, Minnesota. Another early stamp reads, handmade Namaji Indian pottery from native clay. Most marks carry the words Namaji Pottery or Namaji Indian Pottery. Some are stamped with the words Badlands Pottery of Namaji, Black Hills Pottery, used on pieces sold at Wall Drug in South Dakota during the 30s and 40s. After 1950, pottery marks included the words Namaji potting and the image of either an Indian head or an Indian in a canoe. Over time, people misplaced the small pieces of paper from the pad and memories faded. Eventually, the owners of Namaji referred to it simply as Indian pottery, and the Indian myth became a reality. But myths die hard, and today, Namaji pottery often appears for sale in antique stores and on the internet as Indian made, ancient Indian, or as rare Ojibwa pottery. Legends aside, however, Namaji commands moderate prices in the collectibles market, and as the interest in this true American tourist pottery increases, so do the prices. Small hand-thrown Namaji pieces made by Eric Hellman in Moose Lake in the early 30s have recently sold in the $100 range. Namaji pottery, produced before World War II using red clays dug from the banks of the Namaji River, command prices ranging from $75 to $95. Now those sale amounts, don't quote on that. That was written in this piece a long while back. But I wanted to read this to you because I was watching a Whatnot sale recently, and the gal doing the sale, you know, she had lots of actual like Native American pottery, but she had some Namaji pots and stuff. And she was referring to, and again, this is a no fault of her own. I don't mean this in a negative or critical way. I'm just wanting to put the information out there to help everybody, you know what I mean? So, but she was referring to it, of course, who wouldn't, as Native American pottery, and she was referring to it as drip glaze, but it's not a drip glaze technically. The color of the pot, that is all just the clay from the Moose Lake area, the Namaji River and stuff. And then they explain to you in here how they did these swirled designs. So it literally becomes a part of the clay. It is bisque on the exterior, and on the interior, as they told you, it's shellacked with, you know, this glaze. So really cool pieces though. And I love getting into the history of pieces that I pick up, what history you can find. And, you know, I think for us to sit and say, oh, well, you know, he was just lying just to sell this as Native American pottery. But was he really lying? Technically, legally, no. But it was misleading and deceptive. That's very true. Nonetheless, it's beautiful, stinking pottery that you can still find around. And, you know, as you saw comps while I was reading, I tried to throw a few of them up there at least for you. You can see it does carry a value to it. So it's a really cool piece. And when I saw it, like I said, I didn't even have to turn it over to know that that was Namaji pottery. Oh, these. Oh, dear Lord. I picked these up without a problem. They're missing their corks. I don't care. All right. So if you can tell, it says hand painted Pickard China. So Pickard is a studio that painted a lot of porcelain. They're very, very well known. And so these appear, I'll have to get my loop to be 100% confident. But as far as I can tell, just eyeballing it, they really do appear to be entirely hand painted. They're gold encrusted, and they are both, it appears, signed by the artist. Pickard, I have not looked up comps on in a while. They kind of have a like fruit motif going on up here. Looks like raspberries, grapes, plums maybe. Not sure what that thing is. Anyway, there's like a tiny flower there. And then they're both signed by the artist. And I mean, as far as I can tell, they are in beautiful condition. I will have to look up comps. I'll try to put some up on the screen if I find any. I probably won't find the exact shaker set, but I'll try to find some similar ones. And if I can't find shakers that are Picard, I'll try to put up at least Picard items so that you can kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about and stuff, and the general prices of Picard, because they usually do carry a pretty good value. So we'll see. We will see. Oh, I had one more in here in this bag. Let's see. Come on now. Oh, I have two more in here. Oh gosh. There's a piece in here that they had no boxes and they had no like paper. So bless this lady's heart. She did her best. And I'm just really hoping it all turned out okay. She tried to really like pack it with bags. I found another one of those stinking bowls, man. Only this one is just floral, but it has like this fun, like silvery thing going on, glittery thing going on. Again, I think these are contemporary, but nonetheless, they're Mexican folk art, terracotta. The two I picked up the other day are not glazed on the bottom, but this one is. I got it for $2.99, and I don't think it's signed, but doesn't appear to be. Anyways, so I just went ahead and picked it up. My other two haven't sold yet, but I don't care. This is beautiful. I mean, that is cool. It's hand painted. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. For $2.99, sign me up. I love the colors of it. It's so bright and festive. Okay. I'm really nervous here. So, I think it was on the same cart that I found the Picard shakers and basically the majority of my haul today. Was this one cart sitting there waiting to be put away. And, well, I mean, I helped with their effort. Oh no. Okay. This one has to stay in there because it is going to peel the gold off. $1.99. From what I can tell so far with the tape on it, I can see the dropper or whatever extending down in there. So that's still attached and in there. I don't see any breaks or chips, but this is probably Venetian glass, like a little perfume. And I mean, it's beautiful. Let's see here. Now, on the base of it, you can see it is a clear glass, and then it's got this ruby color here, which I imagine is kind of flashed. But these right here they appear and feel to be wheel cut, where it looks kind of white on here. And then this is hand painted gold accent, but I'm going to have to put this under some heat to hopefully be able to get it with the least amount of damage to the gold as possible. Resale value on this, they go all over the place. I don't know where this will land. Off the top of my head, I would expect somewhere $30, $40, but I could be wrong. It could be less, it could be more. I don't know. But it was cool. It had the wheel etching on it, or wheel cut on it, and I decided I'm game. So there we go. For $1.99. Oh dear God. Things are getting a little crazy. Okay, so then this piece. Now, like, I need another cruette, like another hole in the head. But I want you all to look at this. Do you know who made this? This, I would gander, is, well, I got it for $2.99. I would gander this is an L.E. Smith piece. And the reason I say that is because I think this is another Bars and Stars, isn't it? In the Amberina. Oh dear, let's see. Do you glow? Oh my gosh. Let me see if I can get it dark enough in here. Ooh, baby, baby, baby. It does glow. It's kind of hard to show you in here because it's a little light, but it does glow because this is cadmium glass. So that's cool. Now you can see the ground neck interior. He would have come with a matching stopper. I do not have one. I did not see one, but I'm sorry. I'm not going to leave this beautiful cruet behind. It's a heavy weighted piece too. It's good glass. I don't see any damage to it on the spout anywhere. So I like it. I'm okay with it. I wish I had a stopper, guys. It definitely affects the value of it. But I don't know. I don't come across Amberina, Ellie Smith, Moon, and, or what is it? Stars and Bars or whatever. I don't know. I don't come across it terribly often. So then I found this piece. And a lot of you are probably like, wow, that looks kind of boring. No, it's not. It's not. I got it for $5.99. It is like that red, sort of like terracotta type clay. And it's, of course, made in Italy. Again, I looked at it. I knew immediately this was likely Italian pottery. Spout is in perfect condition. I thought, well, maybe it's better without the light. I thought this right here was a chip, but it's actually just where the glaze is light over it. But you can tell it's a handmade piece. I don't know how well you can see the coiling down there, but you know, you can maybe kind of tell in the body too. It's a hand-done piece, hand-painted, hand-formed, or hand-molded, I should say. So pretty cool. I'm okay with it. All right, guys. So, I mean, that's a look at everything. And I don't think we did too bad, to be honest with you. Oh, wait. I did forget one thing. Hold on. Okay. I've not done this since I was a kid. Sounds like Kyle just, ow, got home. But this was, what were you? $2.99. And it has an on-off switch here. I don't know what it does. Probably lights up or something. But I don't really care about that. I was thinking the other day how much I wanted one of these. And I almost bought one the other day at a store. And then they had one at the Goodwill. Oh my God. You guys, it's not as hard as I thought it was gonna be. I'm doing really good. It's starting to burn a little bit though. It's starting to burn a little bit. Oh, I don't know how long I can go. Wow. I can still do it. I'm shocked. I was really nervous that was going to be a total fail. But anyways, I think that's it for right now. Yeah. I think that's all for now, guys. Theodore. I'll see you on the next one.